It's Phantom Blue right here on your classic metal show. Something going out there for Sal, chick band. He likes Phantom Blue. He kind of discovered them a little bit recently. And just before that, we heard our good friends from the band Red Rain. They've been out on the road opening for Tesla as well as Y&T. So I was hoping we could get our friend Sammy to call the show and give us a little update as to what's going on out there.
All right.
I sent him a text there in the chat room, but he must be away from his computer.
Send him a text with your phone.
I am. I'm going to do my fourth text of the week.
Yeah, text number 4.
Yeah, because I'm so popular on my using my phone, man.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah, I'll send him a text. Where are you at, Sammy? But anyway, Red Rain, he's been out there. They've been out there busy, playing some live shows. Now, those guys are road dogs.
They love it.
Yeah, they do. And, the thing is it all comes out of their pocket because, unfortunately, they have to buy onto these shows.
Right.
And they got to pay for their own travel expenses and their own hotels and gas and food and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, they have a passion for what they do, and good for them.
It's simply for the joy,
yeah.
I guess.
It's kind of like what we do.
Yeah. Except we don't have to travel anywhere, thank God.
Yeah. You have to travel to your studio from your bedroom.
Yeah, it is a 45-step move.
All right. Well, anyway, I sent him a text. I don't know if he'll get that or not.
Oh, we'll see.
That's what happens when you're a traveling musician and a business owner and a family man. You got so many responsibilities.
Yeah, thank God I don't have all those anymore.
Is that you, Sammy?
You rang?
I did ring. I just wanted we wanted to get an update on the latest and the greatest in the Red Rain saga and the fact that you guys have been out there traveling around in the South. Okay. Playing with Y&T and playing with Tesla.
What would you like to know?
Well, you went to Asheville, North Carolina, which is kind of like south. That's southeast of you, or southwest of you, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's a long ass drive.
Yes, but yeah. You guys pack up the wagon and head out.
We do. We take 2 vehicles. We take a van full of equipment, and then we take another car. So we have 2 people in the van, and we have 2 or 3 people in my car.
So does Steve Perry and Sherry follow you in the car, or what?
Yeah, that's true. Yes. It's a whole production. The 4 of us.
Who has to ride with Bubba?
Stevie.
So that when Bubba
I'm the only one that can contain spirit fingers, so he rides with me.
Nice.
How you doing, Chris?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's the last 2 weekends have been a whirlwind, so it's kind of nice to relax a little bit.
Yeah, no shit. Well, dude, obviously, man, you've done the Tesla thing before, so I'll let Neely ask any questions on that. But okay. Y&T, man, that's a hell of a band to open for because they put on a killer show and a long show. So I have to imagine that one comes in where you guys really got to be on top of your game, no?
Yeah, I tell you. What's funny about Y&T is they've been sort of in the area, and I say the area, they don't come to Virginia, but they've been in North Carolina the last couple of years, and I'm a big Y&T fan. And I kept calling Chip, going, Chip, let's get the show. And every time, something had come up, but this one happened to fall into place. I mean, I'll be honest, outside of it, and we all know how big of a Van Halen fan, but outside of Van Halen, I was a Getty School kid because Dave Manichetti is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And we went down there and were fortunate enough to meet him, and he was just such a nice guy. But, yeah, it was that was cool. That was really cool to be on stage with him.
Yeah. Now, did you run up and go, I got all your records, and look at my tattoo, man?
I did not, but it's so funny is, with us playing these shows in the last couple of years has come a little later for us than, the earlier years, obviously. But to see all these guys back in the day on MTV and then back touring and seeing them live on stage with, I think I saw Y&T. I think Y&T toured with, Motley Crue or AC/DC back in the day, and I mean, to see that, and then next thing you know, you're actually sharing the stage with them is it's a surreal feeling. It's really cool.
Well, how was the crowd reception for Red Rain? How did the Y&T people accept Red Rain?
That went over really well. It's funny, man. It was a weird venue. It was not a real I shouldn't say that. I guess whoever runs the place, it's a concert venue, but it was literally something out of Seattle. It was like a cafe that you walked in and you went through a couple hallways, and then you were in like a little bit of a restaurant, and then in the back was like a back room. It was almost like playing in someone's basement, but it held like 600 people. And
was there a bowling alley there?
No, there was not a bowling alley there. But I tell you, I wouldn't have been surprised if there was one. But it was a weird venue, and the worst part was, luckily we've been fortunate enough to play with, obviously, Dokken. We've played with some of the bigger bands, but you have a main stage, and then when you're done, you roll your equipment off stage, you go out the side stage. This literally was so small that when we were done, we had to take our equipment right out the front and move people out of the way.
Jeez.
So if there was a great white station fire, you were kind of fucked.
We were screwed. We were done.
Because you would be the last ones out.
We would be toast.
Literally.
It was really weird. It was, but it ended up being a great show. We were well received there, which was awesome, and it was a great show. And then we packed up and then worked our way towards Charleston to hit the Tesla tour.
Now, this place in Asheville's out on Black Mountain out there along I-40, just kind of little east of the Tennessee line there.
Right.
How is the crowd over there? Did they get a good crowd? Did they fill the room? Because it's kind of a bit, a mountain town out,
No, they did. I'll tell you, the whole. Again, I call it a basement. It just wasn't. It was really just a weird venue, but it was packed. I mean, it was. I think you told me the room held. I can't remember if it was 500 or 600, but whatever it was sold out, and it was packed, and people loved it. So, I was as surprised as you are when you're asking me that question. That it was that good.
So, did you see a lot of hill jacks there?
I did not see a lot of hill jacks.
No camouflage wearing folks out there.
No.
Right.
No. A lot of metal fans or hard rock fans.
Cool. So then you packed it up and you went kind of southeast there to Charleston, South Carolina. Then
we did. Well, the good news was we didn't. So we weren't playing. So the tour with Tesla started Monday. We had a day, so we kind of found a hotel, we slept, and then we got up Sunday and were able to take it easy, but it was another 5 hours on the road down to Charleston. So we got into Charleston, kind of took our time. We stopped off in Columbia. It's a long story. We stopped it because I have some family down there. Stopped off to say hi, but
had to pick up some weed and you got
to pick up the essentials to keep the tour going. So
you got to get your drink on. You got to
get your drink on. That's right.
You got to.
No, I didn't get my drink on until we got to Charleston. Then I got my drink on.
You have to run the keg lines from the trunk through the seat. Oh, no, that's
no.
Chris's
it's
road
not
story.
Beer. It's whiskey.
No,
it's all whiskey.
That's Chris's road story.
Yeah, that's Chris knows. Chris knows the whiskey.
I know whiskey. I will mix in a beer 6.
But we got to Charleston about 5:30 Sunday. We were able to relax a little bit, and then got up Monday, did a little sightseeing, and then we had to be at the venue at 3, and then it was showtime.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something.
And then Then since you're talking about Road Wars, so we finished. We were actually the first band, so we played from 8 to 8:30. Got in the van and we drove back to Richmond 6.5 hours that night.
Well, look at now. I want to kind of like map this out for the fans and what you guys do, because obviously I've seen you guys perform a couple of times, and but you leave your house, your jobs, family, whatever it is you got back at home.
Right.
You buy onto the bill.
Right.
You spend the money for gas, hotel, for the glory of opening for Y&T for what, like 45 minutes?
Not even that.
30 minutes.
35.
35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drive another 5 hours on a whole day off, have a couple of nights of hotel.
Right.
Have to wait around, get set up at the venue, then you play your 30 minutes for Tesla, and then you pack it all up and then drive another 6 hours home. So basically, overall, you spent 72 hours to play an hour.
Right. Don't forget the weekend after that.
Okay, what happened to the weekend after that?
So that was 2 weeks ago. So then last weekend we came back home. Well, we came back home that Monday. Then we left again. Well, the other two shows weren't as bad. Then we played Virginia because we were still on the tour with some shows with Tesla. So we came back home. Then we drove to Virginia Beach, which is 2 hours away. Played, came home. Then the next Saturday we drove to Greensboro, played with Tesla, and then came home.
Wow. Well, now that you're getting a little bit of traction out there, and people are seeing you and hearing you and whatnot, have you seen or noticed any kind of increase in interest in the band from any kind of a fan base?
A lot.
Now, how do you gauge that?
Through believe it or not, through social media. Through we're constantly getting messages of, hey, can't wait till you come to Greensboro. And then actually Virginia Beach was a good show. Greensboro was the one that really hit well with us. We actually had people who were waiting for us, and like I know 10 people, not 10, 7 or 8 people that drove from Ohio just to came to see us.
Really? From Ohio?
Oh, yeah. Ohio.
Wow. And they went down.
Got that message, and there was a guy that saw us in Charleston, so there were some people who saw us in Charleston, South Carolina, who came to the Greensboro show. Listen, they're not coming to see us, we know that, but we've gained enough interest where they were interested in seeing us along with the headlining act.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's no grand illusions that, hey, they're there to see us, not Tesla. I mean, I'm not that stupid.
Well, that'd be Styx.
Yeah, yeah. So, but we've been, and now we're getting a lot of messages. Hey, man, when are you going to play our town? We just got a message today. Somebody wrote Stevie, was like, hey, I really want to see your band. Here's a room, and it was somewhere in Indiana.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, we're going to go to Indiana for that one person.
Wasn't signed W. Neely, was it?
Was it what?
It wasn't signed W. Neely, was it?
No, it was not signed W. Neely.
No, that was not that gig. W. Neely.
Yeah, I'm not coming for W. Neely. No, I'm just kidding. Plus, Neely, if we're coming up somewhere in that area, you'll travel to us, which is pretty awesome.
Well, why wouldn't I? You're my friends.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Oh, I know. We listen. We still talk about the time we had at Summer Bash with you two. So that was a blast.
That was 2 years ago already.
I know it was. That was a great show. That was a great time.
Even I traveled for that. I traveled a whole hour, which for me,
I know.
That's a lot.
We were all shocked about that, Chris. I got to be honest. Because we went to Pittsburgh, you were supposed to be there, and you gave me the whole car story.
Oh, stop! It was just not a story. It was the way it was. Plus, I just didn't want to see you.
No,
it.
We definitely want to come back up somewhere soon, so we can have some time with you guys again. That was a blast.
Well, aside from the sporadic gigs and traveling on the weekends and all that, what's going on within the band? I know you guys were working on some new material and working up some new songs. And do you have anything in the works that you're planning on doing, or if you're going to release any kind of new material, or? So
we do. Well, I sent you that one new song we did. So we do have one new song we're playing live. We have about 4 more songs we already have written that we're going to start, integrating into the set. We've spoken to David Ivory. I don't know if we'll do a new album or a new EP or a new CD. I think we're going to start doing the single route where we do a couple, release a single here and there. I don't know. We're in that planning. Excuse me. I actually talked to Chip yesterday. We have about 5 or 6 things that are somewhat big in our world, and if one of them happened, then we jump another 10 miles up. So unfortunately, I can't talk about those because nothing's set in stone. But a lot going on, a lot.
Cool. Well, I know about this time last year you were a little bit down and out because you're just like, nothing's happening. Nothing. There's no shows. There's nothing for us to play. There's no there's no shows that we can get on to, and we're kind of dead in the water here.
Well, you and I have spoken. We spoke last week. We're changing. We're going to change a little bit about what we're, sort of the path we're going. Not much, but. I mean, yeah, it dries up. So besides these 4 shows we played, the last show we played was last September with Night Ranger, and then it was dead. I mean, we haven't had any interest in no shows. So, now it's starting to come. We actually were offered I won't name the band. We were offered a tour for 5 weeks. We had to turn it down because. There's no money in it, and we can't, if we don't get paid and, everybody's got a job, with vacation, that's just not enough to cover everything. So we had to turn that down. So we're methodically plotting and planning what the next move is that works obviously for us, but obviously works for Chip and our booker and the shows we're trying to play, along with the new material and along with some other planning that we're trying to do. So yeah, I mean, it's really like a second job to me, I mean, I'm constantly on the phone with somebody about something. And you're right, there's no money in it. None. It's all out of pocket.
Well, it's a good thing that you're, financially well off and you can afford these kind of road trips.
Well, the good news is I'm all the money that's going in the band comes from the residuals of the classic metal show.
Yeah, it's all that Spotify money.
Oh yeah, it is. I think I bought myself one of those little spinners, for my daughter that cost $2 from the billion spins I got on Spotify.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I mean things are good, and that's the great part is we're spending money out of our pocket, and that part really sucks, but we're not throwing the money away. And again, we've turned down more tours and more shows than we've played because obviously the money is outrageous. I won't tell you who the artist is. We turned down a 15-date tour from an artist because they wanted $1,500 per show.
Was it Prince?
It was not Prince. And I would tell you off air. I'm not going to tell you on air, but we turned it down because and they didn't want to pay us, And then you and Chris know. I mean, there's more to it than that. You can make money selling merch. However, there's a merch tag that goes along with that. So everybody's making money but the band. But it's okay. I mean, you got to love what you do. If you're in this for the money, then you're in it for the wrong reason.
Right.
So
and that's why
we generally have, and you guys know,
right?
We've all hung out. You guys know we get along, we have fun, and we drink, and we party. But the great thing about this band that I love about this band, out of all the other bands I played in, is when it's go time, these guys are serious. They know what needs to be done, and nobody embarrasses anybody else, and nobody drinks too much before they get on stage, and it's a good mix. So. So it's still fun, and when it's not, it'll be over.
Well, as long as there's some spirit finger workout before you hit the stage.
Well, I'll make sure the new video has a lot of spirit fingers in it. So. And it's amazing. We still get messages now like, "Hey, Spirit Finger," so that went over real well.
Well, you sent me a picture of one of the dressing rooms that you had recently.
Oh yeah, last Friday night.
Yeah, and there was a bottle of Jack Daniels and red Solo cups, and basically my comment was, you've made it when they actually put the red Solo cups in a bottle of Jack in your room.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny. Not that we've made it, and not that we have a name, but we've made a little bit more of a name now than we did a year ago. And I remember Chip said, you got to put a rider together, and I was like, why? No, and he said, just put one. You may not get it, but put one. So we put this, and he said, don't ask for a lot. So we asked for a dressing room, we asked for a sound check because you don't always get those, and then we asked for a case of beer, and we actually asked for a fifth of Jack. But apparently, the people at Virginia Beach didn't read well. They gave us a half gallon, which I'm not complaining. So, Larry and I are the only ones that drink it. So Bubba and Stevie drink the beer. We drink the liquor. So we weren't complaining at all. But, it's nice to have that.
Nice. Well, good. I'm glad to see that you haven't given up on your passion and your dream and, the fact that you're having fun doing it, because unfortunately that's basically all there is to it. Is we got to do it because for us it's just fun. It is fun. And if there's any residual from it, that's just a bonus. But for the most part, if you keep it in, in check, the fact that, hey, we know we're not going to make any money, but, at least we have this opportunity and we're going to go do it. Well, yeah, you're right. And look, both you guys know, because you not only are you in sort of in the industry, but people in the industry. But the good news for us is we are spending it out of pocket, but we've changed sort of some of our merchandise that's really selling. So in the long run, we're really not losing a lot of money. Where when we first started going, we were losing everything because we weren't selling. But I think this last trip, I think, and I know it sounds like a lot of money, but I think instead of losing like $2,000, we lost like $300 because we sold enough merchandise. Well, good for you. So, yeah, so it's starting to even out, and that's a positive, obviously, but we're not making any money, but that's okay. We love it and we enjoy it. Well, great. All right. Well, if any of our fans are out in the area and they keep an eye on, your social media sites and your website, why don't you throw that out there so people can kind of get an idea where you might be, and maybe they'll come out and see you. Yeah. So obviously we're in the Mid-Atlantic area, but our website is ReigN, REIGN band.com, and we're on Facebook at ReigN, REIGN. So give us a look up, send us a message, and keep listening to the music. And Instagram, I don't even know what the hell are Instagram. I don't do any of that shit. Are you on TikTok? That's the hot thing. That's where the kids are, according to kids. No, my daughter's on that. That shit's crazy. If I could get that stuff off her phone, I would. But she bitches at me, so I don't feel like listening to that. So I just go do what you got to do in the corner. Just go do it. Go do what you got to do in the corner? That's some real parenting right there. Go listen to TikTok in the corner. Right. So, but no, we have an Instagram page. And we're on all the downloadable sites: Spotify, Apple, Google. So go give it a listen if you haven't listened to it yet. And I appreciate you guys just playing the title track, ReigN. Nice. Now, are you guys still throwing demons into the set, or you just did that for me? We threw it in for you, but we're keeping it. We actually played it this last go around, this last tour. I love that song. Yeah, we're actually going to add another Seth song probably to the list. We're thinking about adding that song "Helpless." I don't know if you remember that song. Well, I could play it actually, so that's what I'll do. I'll play some Seth. Oh, yeah, we kind of modernized it from what you have from the Seth thing, but yeah, we're probably going to add that to the set now, and then we get, like I said, we got about we're playing one brand new song on tour right now, but we got about four
close to a fifth one ready to go, and then we'll get them out there.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're doing what you love, and I'm glad, and I appreciate you calling in and letting everybody know what you're doing.
I'm just glad to be on the fourth text of your phone for the week, so I feel honored. So I never hear from Chris, so I don't know. That's not good.
Just count your blessings, will you?
I love Chris.
Who doesn't?
Well, there might be a lot of people, Chris. I'm the one that loves you, though, man.
Well, thank you, sir.
So what was
That's
it?
great talking to you guys.
So
thanks for the time to let me talk about the band.
Sure. So what's the Seth song you're going to add to the set now?
It's not on the Seth CD.
Oh, well, then I don't have it. Fuck that.
Nope, you don't have it. It's on the Chasing Shadows CD.
Oh, is it? Well, I do have that.
Yeah, it's called Helpless.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was a previous Seth song.
It was a Seth song that was never recorded that we played live, and then Bubba and I kind of added a couple twists to it, or I shouldn't say I have no songwriting ability. I don't even know why I threw that in there. But Bubba added a couple twists. We made it a little more modern, and we put it on the Chasing Shadows. We're not going to record it again because it is tied to Seth more than Red Rain, but we will play it live.
I gotcha. So you said it's Helpless?
Helpless.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Red Rain had a CD that they self-produced before they cherry-picked some of the songs and had it done by a professional producer.
Somebody who knew what they were doing.
David Ivory. But this one comes from their self-titled, or rather their self-produced release, Chasing Shadows. So go out and see Red Rain if they come near you and opening up for one of your favorite classic metal acts. So, Sammy, we'll let you go. So here it is. It's Red Rain from Chasing Shadows, and this is Helpless exclusively here. What, Sammy?
On your classic metal show.